Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Vulcan Report. As you can see here, we're looking at a intraday chart of the AGQ, and on the daily chart, this is the hourly chart, we do have a Q wave formation coming in, and we're also hitting an overbought level on the hourly chart in the AGQ. So you want to keep an eye out for the RSID support today. It should hold in silver spot and silver futures, and the AGQ should follow suit. Also, it is possible that we could continue to see like these gaps here on the hourly chart. We may continue to see this. However, as we rise to the swing VIX overbought level, look for a potential pullback to your first blue line support here, and we could even possibly on an intraday basis pull back to around the 200 mark, to 195 and 200 before we take off again. As we get here to this 210 level, this is a critical level here in the AGQ, and if we can close above this this level where this red line is, then we could see another $20 to $30 move in the AGQ. That's what we're going to be watching for today. High volatility alert across the board in all securities, equities, commodities, precious metals, everything. High volatility alert. So keep a lookout. Follow the chart, follow the sheet. The RSID will definitely lead you there. As far as aggressive plays, when we're looking at the sheet, just keep in mind that your RSID acts as your support and or resistance. So when you're looking at the sheet, please take a look at the RSID first. That's where you're going to want to start. Your buy signals and buy triggers are highlighted in black and green for buys and black and red for sells. Just keep an eye out for that. Always trade in the direction of the trend. As far as catching the RSID reversals, you will note that under the overbought and oversold swing VIX levels to the far end of the sheet, that is when you want to keep a lookout for the reversals on the RSID. If you don't have a reversal there, then chances are the market's going to pull back and test the RSID for support in a bullish market, and test the RSID as a resistance in a bearish market, and then you'll get clipped, meaning that you'll short the bull and then you'll get stopped out as it reverses on you, and vice versa for the bear market. So just keep that in mind. And the RSID is an aggressive play, so don't try to catch the reversals trading against the trend. Wait until you get the signal to do so, then you can go ahead and you can take small positions, but always try to get in the direction of the trend. If you notice here, looking at the chart, you see we got our 2 BCs right here, the light blue highlighted. This was your support building, telling you that this is where you start to enter into the market and buy. And then of course your pulse waves bared you out. As you can see, we got a confirmed pulse wave breakout here, got another pulse wave warning here for continuation, got a confirmation here. Now we're building into a Q wave formation. As you know, your Q wave formations are longer lasting formations, and this is setting us up nicely for that right now. So you could take some profit, take money off the table if you're along the AGQ from the 2 BC down here, or even from the pulse wave continuation. Just keep an eye out for the RSID reversals, but we could see a strong trending market going into the latter part of the week. So just keep that in mind. Okay, finally, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual spreadsheet now real quick. You'll notice that under the day trader tab on the spreadsheet, that's where you're going to want to focus your attention on. You'll notice that the first few columns are pretty simple. You have the my hit list, and you have the my hit list is where you would program your own hit list. The normal hit list is the securities that I keep on my radar. Market differentiates between Canadian and US markets. Then you have your symbols types, whether it be spot, forex, futures, or equities or ETFs. The next column you're going to see is symbols. You can do a quick lookup if you're just trying to find a quick symbol real quick. You can just scroll down here and you'll find it in alphabetical order. The next column is the securities list. Same thing. This is the actual spelling, spelled out description of the security. The next columns we wanted to look at real quick. This here, column J right here, the overbought swing VIX. If there's a 1 here, that's your key reversal signal to watch for the RSID reversals. Okay. The next line over your notice here is your K and your L. See this is your aggressive post wave breakout 2 and aggressive post wave breakout 1. Okay. These also serve as your gap up triggers as well. Okay, on an intraday basis, so you can play those even without a signal. Here, the next column you have here is your breakaway gap up trigger and your weekly swing trade buy trigger as well. So if you get a weekly swing trade signal, swing trade signals, if you recall, or your confirmed post wave breakouts, your Q waves, and your 2-bar Charlies. This is that price trigger right there. It's also your intraday gap up trigger. So if the market gaps up on the open, this is where you will enter the market. If it gaps up above your RSID first and second buy triggers. Next column over is your second buy trigger, but next to that is your first buy trigger. Your RSID support, it's the next one, and then your positive momentum day trade buy signal. This right here in column Q is your main buy signal. You'll note there's a 0 here, so this security on this line, this row here, is not in play. But if you scroll down to, let's see, line 8, let's see what this one is. The Dow Futures is in play today, okay, on a buy. And you'll notice that the next line over is your day trade buy signal explained. Alright, Q gives you your momentum signal, so you're buying regardless if this is a 1 there. But then this one over here breaks down the indicators as far as where we are on an intraday basis, and you'll notice this one says buy day trader buy bullish momentum, and it tells you to trade long. Okay, you're gonna trade on the long side of the market. That's what you're looking for. Alright. The next column over in S, where it says RSID reversal long. Okay, if the RSID is in play, for this market prior to the open, that means that you're going to actually look to buy the RSID, looking for the market to break out above the RSID, which means that it closed below the RSID on the close. Alright, if you got a buy signal and the market closes below the RSID, you're going to want to buy the RSID on the open. If it gaps up above the RSID, then you simply skip over to the first long trigger and buy it there. Alright, if it gaps up or opens up above the first long trigger, then the second long trigger is in play. It's just that simple. If it opens up, gaps up above the second long trigger, then your breakaway gap trigger is in play. It's just that simple. So regardless of what the market does, you have an entry to buy it when it's going to be a strong uptrending day. Okay. Now the next aisle over, which is in the center, your center column is column T. This is your weekly swing trade post wave status signals. All right. Within the day trader tab, we have incorporated your post wave signals and your weekly swing trade signals. Okay, so if you have a weekly swing trade, or you're not interested in the intraday stuff, you just want to do the swing trade, that's cool. Okay, you'll get the signal here. Now the Dow, we don't have a swing trade. It says NIP TOP, which is not in play, trial your open positions. Okay, excuse me. Then you see the next security down, you have Q waves. Okay, I'll tell you it's a Q wave weekly breakout. Possible third pulse wave or super wave in the next security. Both waves 1 and 2 are in play. And then if you recall, you can scroll over here. Okay, this is primary pulse wave, your secondary pulse wave. So wave 1, wave 2, just that simple. Okay. All right. Likewise on the downside, if you have if you're looking to sell for that day, all right, let's take this one right here. Okay, let's see what this security is here on line 11. All right, line 11 is live cattle futures. Okay, so let's just scroll over here. All right, we also have a pulse wave on the live cattle futures, looking at waves 1 and 2. Okay, just if you recall, and for those of you who are new, the system is biased to the long side. Okay, it's not a long only system in that we do go short, but it is biased to the long side because markets are made to what? Be bought. So when you have anything here, unless it says sell, that swing trade signal is for a buy. Okay, it's just that simple. Just want to FYI that. All right, so you come over here, your RSID reversal short. All right, if you see RSID breakdown, that means the market closed above the RSID. So your RSID is your first line of support that you're going to look to sell. All right, and the same rules apply. All right, you're going to look over here, and column W is going to give you your negative momentum day trade signal. If there's a 1 here, regardless, you know you're shorting the security for the day. Okay, the only time you're going to buy a security when you have a sell short signal is the same reason you would short a security when you have a long signal, and that's if you scroll over here and you see oversold swing VIX. That means you could be looking to play both sides of the market. You're looking to sell short primarily, but you're also looking to catch that reversal. Where do we catch reversals at? You catch reversals at the RSID. Okay? Excuse me, always. RSID is always your first line of defense. Okay, that's where you always look to enter the market first. So if you have an oversold here, all right, oversold swing VIX, and you have a sell signal, you're looking to catch that RSID reversal to the upside. If you miss that, then you just simply scroll over here and look to follow accordingly. Look for the catch it at the first or second trigger, and on and on. Okay, likewise, same thing with a buy signal. All right, so you see here, RSID is your first entry. If the market opens gap down below the RSID, but above the first short trigger, you're going to look to enter at the first short trigger. Likewise, if it gaps down below the first short trigger, you're going to look to sell it at the second short trigger. Likewise, if it gaps down open below the second short trigger, you're going to look to enter the market at your breakaway gap down trigger. This is also your weekly swing trade sell signal. So if you had a confirmed negative pulse wave, you're going to go ahead and this is where you would enter. Or if you had a Q wave, or if you had a 2BC sell short, this is where you would enter those swing trades. Okay, the breakaway gaps are your weekly swing trade triggers. Okay, as well as your gap on open triggers. Okay, it's just that simple. And here's your pulse waves, your first and secondary negative pulse wave triggers right here. Okay. So that's it, and then of course we've incorporated your itchy chart. Okay, that's all this right here. Okay, this column AK, that's your long-term trend line resistance or support. Okay, if the market is trading below this number here, then you know you're in a bear market. Period. Regardless of what you hear or think, you're in a bear market. If prices are trading above this price, you're in a bull market. It's just that simple. Okay. Next column over is your Takenson, which is your blue line on the charts that we use. The Cajunson line is the red line on the charts that we use. Okay. Abbreviated TKS. Okay. If there's a 1 here, all right, that means that the TKS is bullish. Okay. Kumo bull and Kumo resistance and Kumo support. Kumo bull means that the market is trading above the cloud, and it means that the prices are bullish. It's just that simple. Likewise, if they were below it, it would say it was bearish. So that's pretty much it. All right. So remember, take what you can and give nothing back.